Hello, Get Busy Living blog followers. My name is Lauren, and Jess had asked me to do a blog video for you on how to do eye makeup. And it's hard to know where to start because there's a lot of different ways to do eye makeup, but I will show you my favorite, most tried and true way to do eye makeup. And you can always go into a Sephora or a MAC store and just ask them to do your eyeshadow in a way differently than you wore it walking in. I do that a lot when I get bored with the things that I know, because it's their job to stay caught up on it. So if the magazines that you're reading aren't cutting it for you, that's another way to go. The things that I'll be using, so far I've done the foundation, the bronzer, blush, and I've filled in my eyebrows. If you want to know more about filling out your eyebrows, you can go to my blog. It's beckerstyle.com and watch the video. So here we start. It's still a pretty blank canvas. My eyes are not done other than the eyebrows. And from MAC, I have just like a shell colored eyeshadow and a wide brush. And I'm just going to put that underneath the eyebrows as a highlighter and fill it in. And do the same to the other eye. This is something that you don't really notice when you personally look at your eyes, but when you're out in the sunshine or a light catches you from in a room, it really just adds some sparkle to your face. So it is a good idea to add some white powder or beige, depending on if you need help matching that color. That's again what the MAC and Sephora eye artists are good for. The color that I'm using today, since my day is going to consist of just staying at home and raising my son, it's not going to be very dramatic. It's a light purple color called Intuition by Bare Minerals, and yes, you can use Bare Mineral eyeshadow without using the rest of the system. So I just dumped some of the powder into the lid, and I have a brush from Sephora that I got. It's called a rounded crease brush, and one of the things I'm learning the more I get into makeup is that with brushes you really do get what you pay for. So you can go to Target and buy a $5 to $10 brush, but the ones that you get for $40 at Sephora are going to be a much higher quality. They're going to last longer, and I figure if I buy a good brush and I clean it and I take care of that brush, I don't really need to buy another one. So to me, it seems worth it for like 2 or 3 brushes that I use often. I do usually spend the money and get the good brush. So it's a rounded crease brush, kind of puffy, really soft and flexible bristles. And I'm just gonna kind of smooth it in circles into the lid to kind of crush the dust, the shadow. And so it's kind of covering it, and I also tapped it on the side of the lid. And then I'm going to concentrate on this area right in here in my eye, kind of like this little triangle part, in the crease and the very corners. So I'm going to start by just doing little circles right here at the edge of the lid. And again, it's a really light color because I'm staying home. This is daytime, nothing special makeup. If I were going out, this would be a much darker purple maybe, or a gray. So it's just right here in the corner, and then up in the crease, not the whole way over. I don't put my eyeshadow when I'm doing it this way in this half of the eyelid, other than to blend it, just because it creates a heavier look than I want. And I'm a big fan of wearing makeup in such a way that it looks like it's natural and it doesn't look like I'm wearing eyeshadow usually. Unless, like I said, I'm going out and it's night, and then I will do a dramatic eye. So I'm going to do the same for the other. Just kind of take the brush in circles on the corner of the eyelid. And each time I'm dipping it into the lid, I'm kind of smearing it around on all sides of the brush. And then I tap the edge to get the extra off. And then again up into the crease. And you can take it as high up as you want. I try to get it to where you could see like a little bit of color when my eye is open, but not so much, because I want the highlighter that I put in right under the brow to be visible. So that's all I'm doing with the eyeshadow, and I don't know if you can see it very much or not. It's really light. And then I have a Perfect Points Plus CoverGirl eye pencil, and it's the wind-up kind. That's my favorite. With sharpeners, I feel like it just takes a lot more upkeep. So I personally prefer the kind that glides on and it's really smooth. For at home, I do the top line, or the top lid, and I'm using a dark gray. This is a charcoal color, right? Let me see. Yes, charcoal. I do the top and then just the bottom corner. I've read a bunch of different stuff on, yes, you should go the whole way around. No, you shouldn't go to the whole inner part of the eye because that really closes it up. I don't have big eyes, but I don't have small eyes, so I kind of do whatever I want. If I had big eyes, I probably wouldn't hesitate to go the whole way around, and sometimes I still do. But if I had relatively small eyes for my face, I probably wouldn't go the whole way into the inner corner. Even when doing the top line, I would just stick to the half on the outside because you want to leave the inside open so that it makes your eyes seem bigger. It's all about the optical illusion, right? So halfway, because I'm staying at home, and again, I want it to kind of be a lighter look. If I were going out, I might switch my pencil to a black, and I would do the whole lid both inside and outside. And I connect them in the corner. I kind of like to do a heavy corner. I just feel like on my eyes personally, it adds a little bit of drama. So there, they're not huge. You can kind of see the liner stops about there. And on the top, it goes the whole way inside. And I try to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. In my mind, the eyeliner is supposed to make your lashes look nice and thick. And if you get it on the lid so that there's a space that you can see between your lashes and your liner, it's not going to make it look like it's just a really good thick row of lashes. So the closer you can keep it to your lashes, the better. And the last step is mascara. I have a lash curler. I do have the Shu Uemura eyelash curler. I had Revlon for the longest time before that. They both work pretty well to me, but I did find that I had to replace the cushions in my Revlon one a lot more than the Shu Uemura. And I figure if this is the one that a lot of professional makeup artists and celebrities use, there's probably a reason. So even if I don't know the difference, maybe there is one, maybe there's not. I don't think it matters. But I have it anyway because I couldn't read all about it and not know what the fuss was about. So that's a result of my makeup fun. So as close to the lash line as you can get it, kind of curling them out. I crimp it a few times. Don't get your eyelid, it really hurts. My husband calls that the Chinese torture device. And then for the eyeshadow, or the mascara, I have tried a gajillion different kinds, and my favorite by far is the classic Dior Show mascara. It is $20 for a tube, which is a little bit more than you would pay for a tube of Revlon or CoverGirl mascara from the drugstore or Target. But to me, there is a clear difference for the Dior Show, and I am super, super impressed. So impressed, in fact, that I don't think I will ever try another kind of mascara. And I have tried everything from the MAC eyeshadow that they compare to this to pretty much every kind of drugstore mascara there is to try. And this is my favorite for what it's worth. For me, it's in black, and I have it on the brush, and mascara is one of those things where the more coats you put on, the darker it gets. So I'm going to go fairly light because the theme of the day is I'm staying at home. So it doesn't need to be dramatic, and I don't need to go for tarantula legs on my eyelashes. So just a nice coat to make them look long and to stand out, but to not clump together. A trick I learned if you're applying mascara and you have problems with it clumping is to keep a spare mascara wand from a tube of mascara that you used to use. Like once it's empty, keep the wand and clean it, and then just keep the wand in your makeup bag, because when it doesn't have any mascara and it's dry, it's great for separating the lashes. So that's one of the things that I use often. And kind of wiggle it. Sometimes if it's not coating enough, I'll wiggle the wand back and forth, but usually if I just kind of do a small slight movement like that when I'm putting it on, it works just as well. And I do again on both the top and the bottom lashes. What is in my eye? Whatever. So that they stand out, and I do cover the whole way to the inside and the outside of the lashes, and I even spend more mascara on the very corners of the eyes because if those look extra long and thick, the effect carries much more weight. So there is the finished look. It's pretty light from far away. You don't get the effect of me wearing a lot of eye makeup, and you don't from close up either, but it's enough to make them pop a little bit. And if you're going out, if I were going out tonight, I could wear this during the day, and then right before going out tonight, I could switch it to a darker eyeshadow just over the top in the corners. I might throw on some dark black eyeliner and maybe add another coat of mascara. So sort of redoing your eye, but just putting another coat on top of what you already did. I hope that helps.